All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito, and we are on episode 4 of Whispers of Horror, and we got three awesome guests, as in Lukman, Buddy, and Kriswin, who helped develop an awesome game that I actually got a chance to play as Whispers Outbreak. Whispers Mountain Outbreak. Guys, if you want to say hello, and we'll go one by one, and you guys can introduce yourselves as well. Okay, hello. Oh. It doesn't matter. Whoever wants to go first.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about
First,
that.
okay, then I'll go first then. Hello, guys. My name is Kriswin, and I'm the lead artist for Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
So, for everybody who knows, Chris when is the person in the middle, and then whoever wants to go next.
Um,
There, I. Oh, okay. Budhi.
no, you go first.
Okay, me first. Hi there, I'm Lukman from Tokyo Production. I'm an assistant programmer for the game Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Nice to meet you.
And last but not least,
Hello, everyone. I am Budhi Luhur. Well, here in Indonesia, I normally introduce myself as Budhi. But since there's an English word that pronounce almost the same, Dooty, so I'd prefer you to call me Lu instead.
so you want you said Louis?
Lu.
Lou? Okay.
Yeah, because my last name is Luhur. Or you just can call me Buddy, like you'll call me for the
Okay.
first time.
Okay. So
Buddy or Louis.
all right. So yeah, I'll call you Buddy. Is anybody else want me to call them anything
No,
different?
Buddy, it's okay. Yeah.
Is it? I'll just call you Lou. Just keep it easy.
Okay,
All right,
Lou. Okay.
Lou. All right,
Deal.
Lou.
Yeah, you can be Lou.
So Lou, Chris,
Well,
Win,
yeah,
right?
I am a sound engineer for Tokyo Productions and the project of Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Thank you
Perfect.
for having me.
Perfect.
Nice to
And
meet you.
again, I just want to say thank you all for taking the time out of your day to be on my podcast. I think this is something awesome. I love horror games, and I enjoyed playing the time I put into playing this game. I really enjoyed it. Which I'm probably gonna play more of like after stream, and just it's just a game that honestly wasn't really like I went in with no expectations. I was just like didn't really I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, let me see how it is, and it's definitely a game that I would say I would enjoy playing with others as well. Just being able to play by myself. I was like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed with all the things that, all these zombies and waves and everything like that, and it can get nerve wracking. So I am very interested to hear more insight from you guys about it. Also, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I have gameplay which I'm gonna switch screens so you guys can see it. But before we do that, I want to just ask them a couple questions regarding the game, and just we will go from there. So, the questions I have for you guys: Can you give us an overview of? Sorry, can you give us an overview of your horror game? What sets it apart from other horror game titles and just the horror game space? So.
Okay. I will try to answer this. So
Sure.
yeah, um, when we first decided to make Whisper Mountain Outbreak, we often say that we are inspired by classic game, the Resident Evil Outbreak. It's for PS2. Yeah, it's classic, and it's ahead of its time. It's a visionary game, but on that era, the internet is not as good as nowadays.
Mhm.
So yeah, what differs the Whisper Mountain Outbreak with other game, like especially multiplayer horror games? Yeah? So yeah, this game is designed to play with other friends, but you can still play alone with yourself. Nowadays, I see that multiplayer horror games often take the action side. Uh, sorry, Either they are too action packed or they are too focused on the survival side. In this, but on our game, we try to bring the balance between action and also the survival aspect. That's why we like we try to give the action the action side is when the horde coming out
Hmm.
and to apa ganggu disturb your progress when solving puzzles and everything like that.
So if I
That's what.
can, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
So
go
if
no,
ahead.
yeah,
I can add up and summarize,
hmm
basically our game is a survival horror with a multiplayer aspect. You can play our game with your friends or you can play it solo. Uh, we have two kind of gameplay where you have to shoot the enemies, clear the enemies, but you have to also unlock the puzzles so you can progress further. In our game, it's kind of mixed about action, panic vibes, and uh, something like dread.
okay,
We just kind of mix it in our game.
okay.
Yes.
When I wanted to ask, when did you guys start? Like, like when did the game start as an idea to start production? Like, how long did this game take to make?
uh Sorry,
It's about two
No,
years
like
back, I guess.
about 2 years.
Kriswin, maybe you can explain.
yeah, it started from early 2022, if I
22.
remember.
Yeah.
March 2022.
Yeah. Okay. So it took about 2 years, and you kind of elaborated that Resident Evil Outbreak was kind of a inspiration to making Whispers. Is there any other influences in like the horror experience, like just the horror community, or just like was there any other games, movies, or literature that inspired you guys for making the game?
Yeah, so apa? Uh, we maybe bring a zombie themes, but our zombie theme is not like science fiction like virus outbreak or like that. But we try to approach from the supernatural side.
Okay.
So yeah, the zombies in our game is actually a possessed body,
Yeah.
not an actual uh, people
Like,
that infected by zombie virus, not like that.
oh, so you,
So the
they're
inspiration,
possessed. You're saying?
yeah,
Okay.
we take inspiration from Silent Hills. Also take the supernatural side from Silent Hills because we know that Resident Evil is more like science fiction more than supernatural.
Okay.
So for movie and literature, our producer want to bring local theme on our games. That's why the game set in Southeast Asia,
Mhm.
especially in in our country. So
Okay.
yeah, we take influence from uh, local horror movies and also local horror folklore to bring what's the horror vibe.
Okay. Perfect.
Maybe
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the
the
mechanic of the game, I guess we take the inspiration from Left 4 Dead. Yeah, the zombies behavior, their skill, the way to interfere us, and there will be so many kind of zombie. Then we took inspiration like from Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood or State of Decay. And some people say that our game is similar to what is it called?
Project Zomboid.
Yeah,
I was
Zomboid.
just about to
I
say
want to
that.
say that.
yeah
Zomboid,
It has
yeah.
that vibe,
Yes,
especially.
basically we take many
Yeah, survival
inspiration from the
horror,
board
survival
games.
horror.
Yeah. I
especially
definitely. Yeah.
especially the isometric view. That's why people
Yeah.
often say that our games looks like Project Zomboid.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say with just like the art style of it, it definitely gave me that vibe, especially like how you can turn the screens. Which before I even get into that, I'm actually gonna switch the screens so everybody can see the gameplay that I recorded. If it will let me, and then we can get a better look of how, while we talk about it, people can see exactly what we're describing. So I'm gonna just make sure that there's sound on this. Just turn it up. So, I'm just a couple other questions. So, how did you guys approach crafting the atmosphere and setting in your game to invoke fear and tension when building this?
Okay, so because game is made in what to say pixel art, and the characters drawn in the form style cute. It's rather cute than scary. So we depends on the building the atmosphere to bring the horror vibe, like the lightings, sound designs. That's the words from Luke.
Okay.
Maybe you can add. You can tell more, Master Luke.
Yeah,
please.
it's another challenge for us because it's a bit different from other horror titles like Phasmophobia or Demonologist.
Okay.
Because what sets Whisper Mountain Outbreak apart from titles like Phasmophobia and Demonologist is the camera perspective. Both Phasmophobia and Demonologist use a first-person camera point of view,
Mm-hmm.
immersing players directly into the horror. Jump scare, it's jump right into your face. With Whisper Mountain Outbreak, we are taking a different approach with isometric camera view, but it's allowing for a broader scope of environment and emphasizing strategic gameplay because there is a puzzle, there is a environment, there's a lore, something that you can observe. So we choose the isometric camera view. And my challenge with Whisper Mountain Outbreak to craft the sound is how to make the horror kick in with pixel art visuals, like Kriswin has said.
Mm-hmm.
But pixel art games have their own charm, isn't it? The for classic horror game, for classic players.
No, I think it's really good. Especially when I was playing it, just being able to just honestly, I love the visuals, like the art, the visuals, and just the sound. I think all complement each other. But for me, just like how it goes from everything is calm it could be for a good amount of time to the zombie or the enemies are coming from the ceiling, jumping down and then attacking me when I picked up an item, and I'm just like, what am I doing? And it's just honestly that played a big factor into the like just for fear, because like I go from dropping my guard to okay, I know what the objectives is, to okay, I picked up this key item, and then now I'm going back and now I'm facing 8, 9, 10 zombies or just enemies, and now what do I do? So I think you guys definitely captured that aspect of it, because I was scared. I was like, I just want to get the.
Thank you.
I will say it does have some difficulty, which made me feel like I wanted to have more people to help me accomplish the mission, because as you're gonna see in this gameplay, like I died on my first run because I didn't know I could pick up weapons in the beginning lobby and then use those to play with them in this level. I thought I'm supposed to just go in, and I didn't even know there was another room. So I wanted to ask about that actually. The before you go into the lobby, before you start the game, like how did you guys come up with a lobby where you can go into other rooms and like get inventory? Like how did that come up as an idea to like basically okay, let's grab like squad up, basically you get your stuff before you go out. Like how did you guys come up with that before going into the game without making people get the items?
Lukman, can you help to answer?
Is it about the lobby system where
Yeah.
the wall armory stuff? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean I could elaborate I could change up the question. So basically, as you could tell, like I died in this one, but like this like just this part, like how did you come up with an idea of just okay, before we start, you can go into the armory, you can basically get all the supplies you can get, and you can bring that into the game instead of making people just get into the game and getting those items themselves. Like basically, how did you guys come up with that?
Okay, the basic idea of the armory system or weapon system in the lobby is just came up lately
Okay.
because in the original idea of our games, the all weapons is locked and you have to obtain them inside the game, and when you obtain them first time, it will be available on your armory.
Hmm.
But in the current state of game, we want to show to the audience that you can use many kind of armory, many
Okay.
kind of weapons like pistol, shotgun, and revolvers, without you have to go through the wall progression system. So
Okay.
you immediately get the idea about how the weapon system works.
Okay.
So I think this lobby system will be okay for us for the current state of game, like that.
Honestly, I think the way it was done, it was good because like I didn't before I like when I first jumped in, I didn't know. Okay, if I went through, I had a bat, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much harder. When I don't have a pistol or a shotgun or anything like that. But when I did my second one, I was like, oh, I have this. It kind of gave me a little sense of security. Just like, okay, now I have a fighting chance because I'm playing this solo. So I definitely like that because it could help with the difficulty in the game, especially like obviously you could find these weapons throughout the maps, but like when I was going there with just a bat, I was like, there's eight of them with a bat. Like, what am I supposed to do in this aspect of it? I definitely think it helps with the difficulty on that. Kind of going back to we were talking about a little bit of sound design. The sound design in horror games is crucial for immersion. Can you share some insight of like how you created like the chilling audio and elements for this game? As you can hear, we're listening to some of the audio as while I was playing. But I just wondered if you can elaborate a little bit more of like what sounds you chose and how, like to make this a horror game and like why you put these in this game.
So, my process of creating sound of Whisper Mountain Outbreak is I have to stay overnight on the graveyard
Hmm.
to, to, to capture
Did you
the
really?
feeling of creepiness. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
I was about to say,
Just
listen,
kidding.
that's next level. Like I honestly, I would have gave you so many props. Like if you camped out in a graveyard, or RIP the dead, like that. I was gonna say that is next level.
Yeah, waiting for someone comes
Yeah,
out from the graveyard and
yeah.
capture the sound. No. My process involves a lot of movie and YouTube marathons
Okay.
to dissect how sound is used to evoke fear. Some YouTube channel have some valuable knowledge for me. Like, I want to say one channel. Is it okay to?
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Like
Yeah,
there's, yeah, feel
like
free.
Mid Canyon. Lately, I watched Mid Canyon how he used sound effect to create fear.
Okay.
That's very interesting sound design. So, from the marathon of movie and YouTube marathons, I studied the volume balance of the volume, how loud is this sound, how loud that sound, the tension, the panning when it's play on the left, play on the right, everything that goes into creating that spine-chilling atmosphere. So when we talk about scaring people through sound, sometimes it's not about making a lot of noise, because I truly believe that silence is the music itself. Silence is the scare itself.
Okay.
In our games, we learn that silence can be just as scary as a loud scream.
Hmm.
I mean,
I was
sometimes
gonna,
it's the absence of, yeah,
I was gonna
it's the
ask.
absence of sound that creates the most chilling atmosphere, I guess.
Absolutely. I was gonna actually bring up a game that I hope this is okay, but that did it really well, Dead Space, where they used a lot of silence and just and they let the mechanics of just like the atmosphere of like the sounds around like the ship. Basically, you hear the like the gas leak, or you hear like the creaking and everything like that. And like I agree with you. Like when you're when I was playing the game and I was going through, the silence gave me a false sense of security of I'm okay. Like everything is just like I like when I'm outside and there's just you hear the crickets and just like okay, this might be safe, and then zombies come out of or enemies come out of nowhere. So I definitely agree with you. Like sometimes when it comes with audio, it's not only just music and all these things. Sometimes just dead silence can create tension and just all that stuff. So I like I said, I commend you guys. Like you did a great job when it comes to that.
Because the quiet makes you feel alone. The quiet makes you feel nervous, make you feel isolated,
Can I add something?
like something
Like,
about to jump at you.
Absolutely, you can definitely add anything you want.
I want to say something about the sound design on Whisper Mountain Outbreak. So yeah, we have the what is it called? A cue like when everything is silent. When you hear nothing but the ambience, it means that it's your time to explore the map and solving puzzles. And then in several minutes, when you hear sounds like I can say what sound is it? What when you hear chewing
Yeah.
like that.
Yes, yes.
That means
the rise
It is
that means
strong enemy game.
danger is approaching you. That's
Tension is building by the
Brace
sound
yourself.
cue.
Absolutely, and I know I like I said before, like I do like that when you hear silence, it does give you like a security, but which gives you time to okay, I can go explore, I can go do this puzzles, I can do the lock picks, which like I'm bringing up some of the mechanics and everything like that, which leads me to my next question about the mechanics of like how you guys came up with that. I will say I did have some difficulty with the lockpick. I don't know if I was just not hitting it right. That definitely was the hardest part for me. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just wasn't timing it right. Once I did a couple times, I was able to like okay, like I'm getting it. But yeah, when I bring up mechanics, like like we kind of brought it up before, like turning of the screen, being able to not make it all isometric, but being able to turn it where you could see it gave like a 3D view of the whole room, which made you like, oh, maybe I didn't see that item at first because I wasn't facing that way. But and then like obviously I wanted to see if you guys can elaborate about the lock picking and like the puzzles and like basically what I'm asking is like tell us more about all the like the mechanics or the key mechanics of your game that contribute to your horror game.
In our game, the Whisper Mountain Outbreak, the game, as I mentioned earlier, the game consists from two types of gameplay: the multiplayer action shooter, and there is puzzle mechanics to unlock doors to progress further on the map. About that lockpick mechanics, some puzzle requires some items that you have to pick at certain area on the map, but special for the lockpick mechanism, you don't have to gather those items, so we have to make it more a little bit difficult. So you will get the situation where when what to call it when the zombie hordes came, you have to oh shit, I have to open this door quick, but I can't figure it out. Something like that.
Solve the problem.
I ran into that a lot where I had to stop what I'm doing, like when I was doing a puzzle and it said wave incoming. I'm like, what the what am, like I gotta stop and do like now I gotta deal with this, then go back to the puzzle, which that was another one that was a little tough, but like just like I understand what you're saying. Basically, like you didn't want to make it too easy where somebody has to just get it really quickly, but you have them put time into it. While at any point there could be a zombie wave that comes and makes you stop in your tracks. So I totally get why you did that. So you guys, sorry, you can continue elaborating on that. I really do
Because
enjoy
here's
the
the
game.
thing,
I really
as
do.
long as we, the developer, can solve the problems, can win the stage in under 10 minutes, then
Okay,
it still be easy for
that's
for
true.
the players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me ask you
maybe
about.
we have to do some balancing
Uh,
about it
Yeah.
and
Uh,
some playtest.
what I can say is that's why the game is initially designed to play with other people. You need more friends. Like you solve puzzles and your friend helps to cover you from the dangers like that. But it's still actually playable
and
when you
single.
choose the
Yeah.
solo mode. It's still
Yeah.
playable. Yeah. You actually we need to die several times so that then we can learn. Oh yeah, uh, that's my miss. We can learn from our mistakes from our previous
Previous
run,
one.
and then we can get more strategized in our next run.
Okay, perfect. Let me ask you a question. It's kind of funny, but I'm sure all you guys play tested your games. Has there been ever a puzzle or a lockpick or anything mechanic wise that you guys are like, man, this is hard, or like I'm struggling with this? Like, has that ever came up or trial in the game and like, okay, maybe we should dial this down a little bit, or maybe this was too easy. Have you guys ever like felt like got into a moment that during the process when you were playing it?
Yes, for me, that lockpick is actually because the other puzzle when you know where to
Turn.
get those items and how the mechanics works, your next playtest, your next gameplay will be easier. But with the unlock mechanism, with the lockpick mechanism, it requires dexterity and agility.
Mm-hmm.
Then it feels like constantly hard. Oh, I've played this game many times, but I think this still hurts. Like I myself program it myself.
Yeah.
Yes, the unlock mechanism that I program, I've also struggled to play with it.
Yeah.
And it just
The
makes me
lockpick
feel like
mechanism.
I was gonna say it makes me feel like my reflexes suck.
I
Yeah,
think it's
lockpick mechanism.
fairly
Actually,
Sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. The lockpick mechanism actually tests your reflex and your timing. It requires good timing and yeah, you can still hard to solve the puzzle when uh, also you actually have to play the game several times.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you need to practice more.
Practice
yeah,
more.
That's it.
Honestly, yeah, no, but honestly, like like when we were talking about just all the things we were doing, like I do really believe that this game is enjoyable as solo and or as a single player, but I think it definitely would thrive as just having friends and just being able to communicate. But like, okay, you open this lockpick door while I'm gonna go collect the pearls to put into the
yeah,
thing to, or I'm gonna. There's a wave of enemies coming. Let's deal with them while you're doing this. I wanted to speak upon that. Like, how did you guys come up with? Uh, Having waves and alerting the players of there's going to be multiple enemies coming, and then how did you time when these encounters were going to be coming? Like, is it RNG, is it random, or is it like a program time where, okay, in this 5 minute window here's a wave, another 5 minutes is a wave? So like, is it a time thing, or is it like a random RNG kind of thing?
Can I answer this? Okay. Basically, every certain minute, you will have and you will encounter the wave. There is some
The
queue in
horde.
it. Yeah, the hordes,
Mm-hmm.
and basically we scale up the difficulty from the amount of spawn enemy zombies, and uh, and then we also scale it with the more stronger enemies that you have to fight it hard to make it defeated. That's just it.
Okay.
But yeah, just it. But we are currently have to balance it. So this mechanism does not really bother players that much. So they still can play this game as their flow and their pace with comfort. I think that's all I can say.
The horde system actually designed to give difficulty for the players. Like the longer you stay in the map, the higher chance you will die.
Mhm.
So over time, the horde will come. More zombie will come in the horde.
Okay.
That's why you need to finish the game SAP before the hordes become more what's it?
Harder,
Apa rame?
Yeah, before
Yeah,
zombie hordes kills you.
more crowded.
Yeah.
More
yeah, more
zombies
crowded.
from.
Yeah,
Stay too long
Yeah.
at the place that wants to kill you. That's it.
Nah, honestly, those zombie horrors, man, they definitely come after you, and I'm like, I've died, as you can see, multiple times when they're like 8, 9, and I'm just like, even with
Everybody does.
like a SMG or a shotgun, I'm just like, this is not enough. I was like, where are my friends at? I'm about to get the game. Like we're gonna squad up. I was gonna ask like, what just the levels, like how many levels are in the game, and like and how many different environments are in this game as well.
yes. We initially planned to make. This is not finalized yet.
Okay,
It's
of
just
course.
our plan and design. We gonna bring like three
Three.
levels for
Okay.
the initial release, and then we will give updates
Okay.
like more maps, more scenarios
Okay,
like
perfect.
that.
So wishlist our game.
FYI, sorry, FYI regarding
Okay.
the horde system, the zombie horde system.
Yeah.
It actually came in the later development. It's not initially designed to have a horde system,
Okay.
because when we play, when it's when the older version, when we don't have horde system,
Hmm.
our tester would like to explore the game in a very long time, and they to enjoy the environment, too much to enjoy the environment. So we need to give a pressure. Hey, you need to finish the game SAP. Don't come around and stay longer in the map. That's why we came with we need to give pressure for the players. So yeah, it's
Okay.
the horde system.
Honestly, absolutely, absolutely. The other questions I have is, were there any challenges that you guys faced during development, either creativity, technically, or like, and how did you guys overcome them? Like, what were the, like, we could even say it as, what were the ups and downs during the process of making this games? Like, what were the most challenging moments during the 2 years you've developed it, and what were the best moments when you guys were making this game?
For the technical aspect, maybe Lukman can answer this. I
Yeah.
will answer
Okay.
from the creative
Okay.
aspect.
Yeah, you guys can all answer like
Maybe I will add up.
Yeah, I would love to give all your
Okay.
input from all you guys, just like for each part of the game you guys tackle, like what was the most challenging and what was the most satisfying thing that you added to the game that you were like, this is my best part that I added. So like, I'm very curious to hear from all three of you guys.
Okay, the most difficult thing from the core programmers is to make the multiplayer's aspect works as flawlessly as possible, because this is our first multiplayer games that requires internet connection. So making a multiplayer games is not same or is far
Mm-hmm.
more difficult than making a single player game, because the way we program the mechanism is what to call it. We have to contact the server first and then broadcast them to the entire player, so they keep in sync and the multiplayer things works as intended. And oftentimes we face difficulty like packet loss, like unoptimized packet that we send from the client to the server. or something like disconnects that player cannot join. So the current state of game uh, is pretty uncomfortable, not comfortable, but
Compatible.
comfortable, not comfortable
Yeah.
to play if you are the type of someone that want to drop in and drop out, because the current state of game not supported it yet. When you decide to join this team from the start, you
Mhm.
have to do it along the way until the finish.
Also, you have to
Uh,
like so being like once you leave, you won't be able to join back. You have to stay in that into that lobby or that
yes, yes,
session. But yeah, no, I could definitely see how that could be difficult when just being able to like, okay, this is the session you got to stay in. If you drop out, then it's going to be hard for you to get back in. What
yes, yes.
what is the most what was one of the things when you were working on it that you're like the most proud of, like the best moment, or like the highlight of like when you're programming, like that you were so proud of when when you were working on a game?
For me as an assistant programmer, I don't directly working on the multiplayer aspect, but
Okay.
I'm here for some optimization because in these horror games we require more lightings, and lightings is crucial. We need some point lights that we spawn at certain spot in the map, but eventually this light system make our game heavier.
Okay.
So I need to tinker myself to
Mhm.
make how do we make this lighting system still beautiful, but it does not harm the performance.
Okay.
So in the late weeks, I just worked with like light map baking, but it is not implemented yet 100% in the game. But I'm also come up with different types of solutions. So the game is not heavy on the performance. The performance is
Okay.
becomes better. Sorry.
No, 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 no. Don't apologize. I think
Uh,
that was a great description of just what you were saying. Yeah, no, I think that's
yes.
awesome.
When I tackle this kind of problem, the performance issues, these things is the most satisfying for me as a programmer.
I think that
That's
it's
all I can say.
yeah. When you describe it, it makes me feel like okay, when a problem arises, it's like becoming a detective and like okay, now we like let me go down the process of finding out okay what didn't work and how do I fix it, and then when you fix I can see how that could be super satisfying and just like this
Yes,
problem
yes,
could have been
exactly.
something that it could be a couple weeks that you couldn't figure it out, and then and the idea comes up and it's just like oh my god, I can't believe I thought of this and now it works. So I totally get it. Lou, same question. The most challenging moments during the process, and then the best moments, or the one key aspect of the game that you implemented that made you like smile, or best moment for that for the game that made you happy.
Answer Lu, please.
Chris or me?
Lu.
No,
Oh,
yeah, for like yeah.
um, for me, adding some kind of cultural specific um, elements, like if you already play the game,
Mhm.
you will be noticed that some kind of singing, high note singing in the title screen.
Yeah.
Uh, FYI, that is traditional Javanese culture to sing in high note. The singer called sinden.
Hmm.
Um, so you might not familiar with these cultures, but what's interesting is that um, high pitched tone. They sing with high pitched tone that gives the music a mystical quality.
Okay.
Now, yeah, what's interesting is that this mystical tone of the singer, has sometimes been associated with horror in modern art forms
Okay.
because it carries this sense of mysticism. Yeah, it's sometimes used in horror movies or radio stories back then to create an eerie atmosphere. So there is something about the high pitched singing in that high pitched singing that sends shivers down to your spine, especially when combined with the right visuals or narrative. So again, you might not familiar with these cultures, but while we may come from different backgrounds of culture
Mm-hmm.
and have unique perspective of horror, there is something universal about the fear that binds us together. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of losing control and or was it the fear of confronting our deepest fears that make horror such a compelling genre for audience around the world. So my challenge is, and my most satisfying things to implement in the Whisper Mountain Outbreak is how to incorporate the cultural value into the horror theme in our project in Whisper Mountain project. But something that I noticed is that there is what is it? Because Whisper Mountain Outbreak is a multiplayer co-op game, and creating horror in multiplayer setting is the whole other case because when you're playing with your friends, the dynamic shifts. Suddenly, instead of being scared, you're laughing and joking around with your friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me that's a different challenge because I have to set the sound to make everyone scared
Yeah.
at the same time. So I think the horde is the most satisfying thing that I implement. This sound of the horde, that the most satisfying thing that I implement that everybody can uh, run on the same
Same
point,
thing.
same direction
Yeah.
to gather up and solve the problem. So no more joking, or no more laughing and joking around.
Yeah.
But
No.
sometimes there's still someone that always troll us that close the door. We run through the door and he closed it.
Yeah. Honestly, like I could definitely see what you're saying. Like when you have like between a single and having multiplayer, like the sound is definitely more captivating when it's like you're by yourself. But when you have friends, the commentary between you and your friends could make it more okay. Like you said, you can be asked with your friends, closing the door, or like taking certain items. You can make it take away from that horror aspect, but I also like it too because you add like the waves or the hordes coming, just like okay, you guys should stop BSing now, take it seriously. Like you guys are forcing the players to stop what they're doing and just like pay attention, or you're gonna die. So I could see that being challenging. But when you brought up just the different cultures and like the high pitch, I've definitely experienced that high pitch like singing and just different horror games as well. And yes, it is incorporated into fear. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like I can't even think of a game that could give that description like that has that aspect of it. But something about it just does like give you chills and shivers. It's just like oh like I'm going to like I one the first thing I think of is like walking to like into a mansion. You just hear a loud high pitched singing and it just with the atmosphere and just the audio it just makes you like oh my god like this is serious. And when I hear a woman sing like that, this is a serious moment.
Yeah.
Like that's what I see and that's how I
Exactly.
feel. So I totally get what you're saying. But another thing I wanted to talk just bring up is just the fact that horror even like with all these different cultures, like horror is connected in a web that brings everybody together. It's not like it doesn't matter where you are from or like what you're trying to install. Like it is all connected like a cobweb, and that's why I love this community, just this space, because it brings everybody together. And just like as I'm me, like I'm a horror content creator. You guys are horror game developers and people who are movie producers, but we're all connected in a way that just brings us all together, which is why I love this. So I think that's cool about like just you working on the sound design and everything like that. But I wanted to ask Kriswin, same question.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get your aspects of what you thought on the highs and the lows of the process.
The challenge for me as the lead artist and the character designers,
Yes.
uh, our producer wants to, like I said before, our producer wants to bring Southeast Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm afraid that some Southeast Asian creature or ghost design is not quite scary for uh, especially uh, apa itu, di luar out of from culture
Outside
like
Southeast
from
Asia.
yeah outside Southeast Asian.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to design the creature like slightly different. Like in Indonesian we have local ghost. It's actually a dead body that covered with cloth,
Mm-hmm.
but the design actually quite funny for people that never know about the ghost.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to redesign the creature for with the influence from Silent Hill and Lovecraftian creatures. That, and yeah, I'm quite happy with the results. And then my satisfying moment on this game is actually when I see the result of the mixture from the 2D character sprites and the 3D environment,
Okay.
and then the lighting atmosphere. It actually worked well, and people tends to apa memuji. Sorry, Lukman.
Price.
Price,
People
yeah, sorry,
often
price.
price that
Okay.
the art style
Yeah,
is unique
Okay.
they actually,
and also
uh,
works well. I think.
yeah. Also, the characters looks cute, but the environment successfully brings the threat vibe for the players.
Okay. All
That's my
right.
satisfying moments.
I think that's awesome. Like I said, for me, the biggest thing that I do really enjoy the art and just like how the characters are designed and just like the art was one of the things that really captivated me to play more and just like the characters, the enemies, and I was just gonna ask like, speaking about the enemies, like how did you just like what made you guys put like have them have weapons or and do all of them? I can't remember if I know, but do all of them have weapons or like what made you guys decide to give them okay like a pickaxe or axe or something like that? I wanted to just, if you would chime in on that.
Okay, I will try to tell you a little about the lore behind the undead outbreak in
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Yeah, like I said before, that this isn't about a virus outbreak like any other horror movies or games.
Hmm.
So actually, uh, it started. If I can tell the story, so it actually started when the a
That was my next question.
mountain. Yeah.
But we
Oh,
get
okay.
no, please, no, yeah, no. I was
It's
like,
yeah. Like I said, the zombies is actually a possessed body. It's they are actually dead, but then some evil force take over their body.
mhm,
They become more aggressive. They have urge to kill living human being, so that the evil force can also take their bodies.
okay,
That's why they they see living another living human as a disturbance in the area for the evil force.
hmm,
That's why they still actually apa ya bahasanya, mm, they bring weapon because they
They
don't
still have
they are
some
they are
human
yeah
sense to
they are not a
bring the
fierce,
weapons.
yeah, they are not a fierce animal. They still a human, but take over by an evil force. That's why they
like
attack with weapons.
yeah. So basically, they still have all the human capabilities, um, but
Yes,
they're
yes, of
but
course.
Yeah,
but because they're possessed, right?
I take the influence
Yes.
from Evil Dead. Evil Dead. Evil Dead.
That
Evil Dead is
yes.
Evil Dead is a zombie, but the zombie is actually a possessed body
Do you
from
are you
because of the Necronomicon.
okay? I apologize. For some reason I was thinking of Evil Within. When you said Evil Dead, I don't like, which is kind of similar to what you were saying. Like the Evil Within does the same thing, where like they are possessed.
Yeah,
But yes, to speak on Evil Dead's one is like literally my favorite horror movie of all time. So the fact that you took aspects of that, just of that possession, and just being able to, I think that's awesome. Like literally one of my favorite movies of all time. But no, I totally get what you're saying. Like they're being their bodies are being possessed, which they still have the capabilities of being able to pick up an item and come after you with that. I think that's really cool.
yeah,
I and you've already kind of answered the question of like the story, and that was one of my next ones, just like how like what was the main concept of like idea of the story of that. But my next thing is we talked about community. Basically, this is a multiplayer game, but single player. But like when it comes to community engagement is vital for the success of games. Like how do you involve the audience in development process, and like what is like the overall reactions of your community? Like how important is community for your game? And
this is a
Okay.
fun story during the development. So when we first reveal the game on the internet,
yeah,
especially Twitter, yeah, we give a lot more response. It blows, and we actually reach, I can say, uh, I 30 to 20 to 30K wish list.
nice, congratulations.
Although the game hasn't released yet, we just show like first look or first teaser for the game, and it blows the internet.
I think that's cool.
So yeah, uh, when we first came up with the idea to make the game, we it comes from our longing for the game like Resident Evil Outbreak,
Hmm.
but we know that Capcom never made game like that again. Yeah, they make another multiplayer Resident Evils, but the fans doesn't look like quite satisfied with the
With all the
result.
adaptations, yeah.
Yeah, there are still fans that craving for the Resident Evil Outbreak remake, but since Capcom didn't release any game, we're gonna make them ourselves.
Hey, there's nothing
That's
wrong
the
with that. That's
idea.
great marketing. Like,
I
all
can
right. No, I think that's great
Uh,
marketing.
since
I
since we
okay,
are
okay.
talking about the community, shout out to our community manager Gerald.
Mhm.
We have a
Yeah,
Discord channel
good job.
for this particular event, for particular
Yeah,
project, Whisper Mountain Outbreak. You can join to Toga Productions Discord server. Our community manager Gerald always make some kind of event, I guess, to play together with
play together.
our
Yeah,
Discord members. So worry not if you have no friends playing with you. You can just
Join
ask for
Discord.
people in the Discord channel. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Honestly, like, I really do believe this game thrives when you have multiple people, and like the fact that this game, like, you guys kind of were influenced by Resident Evil Outbreak, and you're like, you know what? Since you guys ain't doing that, we're gonna do it ourselves, and that you guys are getting a great feedback to it just shows like this game is something to be excited about. So I have we got about 5 more minutes. I have one great question that I always save towards the end, and then technically another one. I'm gonna start with the other one first, but is there any? I know the game's to be announced or anything like that, but is there a target of when you guys want to release the game? Again, you don't have to answer this, but I'm always curious of like, do you guys have a target of like you could even say quarter 3, quarter 4? Like, will it come out this year, next year? Like, if you want to let our fans know, like, when should we expect whispers? Um,
Yeah,
Anyone?
we don't
Kriswin,
have
you may
any
answer.
we don't have any exact date
Okay.
for for so yeah, we didn't have official announcement about that yet.
Okay.
But we always open the demo on Steam every
Sure.
time we join an event like PAX, Gamescom,
Okay.
or uh, in the near time it's today actually we joined the
We are
WASD
still on
in
the we are still on
London,
the
yeah.
Okay.
It's an
Congrats.
Mm.
but we're gonna join online.
Okay.
We are not attend the event
Oh, in
on the London,
person.
but
Yeah.
yeah, in person, yeah. But we gonna interact with the players online
Okay.
via Discord when
Okay.
they are playing the game on the location.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I like I said, I look forward to whenever this fully releases and then getting my buddies on that. My final question, before we wrap up is, what advice would you guys give to aspiring game developers who want to create their own horror games? And it could be, I would love an answer from all three of you guys, because you guys all do
Yeah,
different aspects. So we could start with Lou. Lou, if you want to answer that. What's the best
Um,
advice?
the advice is start small.
Okay.
Start from your environment. Bring up the ideas to the world. I mean, every idea's worth, I guess. It's just the matter of execution.
Okay.
So there's no bad ideas, I guess. If you just try once, then it will be, I guess, it is not enough, I guess, to create a big and influence project. That I mean, you have to create tens or hundreds projects to make your ideas execute better, I guess. So just start small, start from your tiny ideas, I guess.
Okay, perfect. And Chris, when you want to go next?
yeah. For me, every every maker, creator, artist, so should be honest with their creation. Comes with your experience. Also, I know that horror movies or games has a lot of fans. Actually, it's like a guarantee that there are a lot of people that gonna love your games or your movies.
Hmm.
But yeah, just be honest with your creation, and then like Master Lu said, start small. It's in our company culture that we have this fail fast, fail forward. That's
Yeah.
our boss always say to us that we should make a start the project from the smaller. It's okay to fail, but the project is finished.
Hmm.
So we know our mistakes. We learn from other insight, other feedbacks, and then we make another game, another movie from learning from our past mistakes like that until we came up with our masterpiece. That's I gonna say.
Perfect, perfect. And last but not least, Lukman, if you want to give your any advice to upcoming
See.
people that want to make video games.
Okay. Firstly, I have a same opinion with the guys.
Hmm.
Uh, Start small and get the feedback fast. If you want to test your idea, I know we are as a game developer, we tends to want to bring our kind of horror, whether it is our folklore horror or we just want to make it stand out. But you have to pay attention about your audience. Like if I am as an Indonesian want to bring my culture, horror culture, to the public, to the global audience, I have to distill what makes them scary, rather than I throw uh, I throw the creatures on your face. I throw the lore that are not relatable with the rest of the world. It will make our idea of horror is kind of rough and untested, so people cannot cannot feel the dread in it and cannot feel the relatable in it, because I think the horror media, horror genre in general, the most important things is we have to relate with the media itself. That is the only way we can feel the horror. That's all I can say.
No, I think that's perfect. I just want to again, like, I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking an hour of your time. I know, like, you guys are busy doing various things, and just it truly means a lot to me when I made this idea. Like I said before we got live, just being able to I've been working on this for months, and the fact that you guys took time out of your day to be a part of this truly means the world to me. And I hope down the road, when the game is fully released, that you guys would jump back on to answer some more questions. And like I said, I would love to have a call-in show so we can have your community of the game to ask you questions personally in the Discord, to be able to chime in what their thoughts of, or give their reactions to the game. So any final thoughts of, or like if you guys want to say like the plugins for your game, and this is the perfect time to do it. So yeah, plug the game. Say, is there any final thoughts that you guys want to say?
Final thoughts. Wishlist our Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
Wishlist the game, peoples.
The demo is
Yeah.
the demo is up until 27 May.
Okay.
So you can play the game for free, and check the link, check the Steam link on Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
The link of
At
the
your
game
friends'
is in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Wishlist the game. Don't forget, wishlist.
Wishlist the game.
We should have.
now.
The game when the game
Wishlist the
And
game
play
now.
and play the demo and play the free demo. Yeah, with your friends.
Play the
or
free demo.
Yeah. Honestly, we
And
should.
if you have some time in these weekends and you are around London, please make sure to check out
Yeah.
the USD London to give the feel of our Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
Perfect. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 4. I can't believe we've made it to episode 4. It's crazy. The next episode will be Friday, and we will do episode 5 of Whispers of Horrors. My name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito, and I'm a horror content creator. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you follow your boy on all platforms. Go wishlist the game, Whisper Mountain Outbreak. It's amazing. I can't wait. And the demo, don't forget. And I just want to say shout out to these 3 beautiful human beings for taking the time out of the day to be a part